Brook, I mean, before getting into the game, to have Bobby get those texts early, and knowing how important he is to you, considering everything else, just how disappointing was that, and then also did it sort of toss you guys off kilter to a degree to just sort of have that happen?
Yeah, it was obviously tough. I didn't really see what happened. I saw a bit of the replay, but it was unfortunate. I'm not sure they started anything, but it went the way it did. I'm just proud of the way our guys stuck with it. A lot of people stepped up tonight and played great through the vast majority of the game.
I don't think you've played 40 minutes for a few months yet. I mean, I'm sure you knew you were going to have to be leaned on a little bit today, but just what did that feel like, and how maybe difficult was that to kind of have to chase miles around to the degree and rim protect like you do for that long?
I'm always ready to go, do whatever I have to for the team. So that wasn't an issue. All our guys played a lot of minutes tonight, gave their hearts, bodies, everything to the game. And everyone's going to do the same thing in game. What is it? Game 5, whatever it is. We're all going to do the exact same thing, show up, and be the team we are.
Shorthanded defensively, I know you guys are going to have to throw different things at the wall. Just what have you seen where it feels like throughout the series you plug one hole and then another one opens up, and then you plug that one and then something else opens up? How do you kind of keep trying to evolve defensively in this series?
We just have to keep growing as a team defensively, communicating, getting a feel for one another, because we have a lot of parts out there that haven't necessarily played together a ton. We're using young guys who are great for us, acquisitions we made halfway through the season, more than halfway through the season, so a lot of this is still on the fly, and we're still learning each other. So I'm super proud of our guys for coming together, and figuring this stuff out as we go along. And, we still have tons of room for improvement, so it's just going to take more communication, extra communication, watching film together, doing all that stuff, but just getting on the same page, being out there and talking is so important.
Khris, the NBA champion, gold medalist, you've been with him now forever. But do you feel like there's anything you've learned about him in these last 2 games with you guys leaning on him so heavily?
I mean, everyone who's been around this team, you guys have been around this team for a long time, we all know who Khris is. He's so underrated. And so it's no surprise to see him go out there and do what he does, but it's still so impressive to watch and so incredible to watch. I love seeing him perform, the way he plays at his speed with such great precision. He's out there making incredible decisions, just slicing up the defense and making everyone that's on the floor better.
Khris was saying that he's really impressed with AJ and Dre in particular because they haven't been in this type of situation before. What did you see from those guys?
Yeah, they were so huge for us. We absolutely needed them tonight. And they came in, they played fearless. They played like they'd been there before. They gave us a great boost of energy, hit some big buckets for us, got some big stops, and just did a number of things that we'd been needing and lacking in previous games in the series, So, they were absolutely fantastic tonight, just perfect, and we're going to need even more from them in the next game.
And then next game, obviously, it's at home. Can you just talk about how important it is that at this point in the series you are going back home?
Yeah, it's going to be a great environment. We're absolutely going to need our fans to step up. They're so huge for us. They've been huge for us all season, as long as I've been here. We're excited to get back home and, just keep working at this.
I mean, off that, Brook, you've been in series where you've been down 2 games. Sometimes it's been a little earlier. But how do you not get kind of caught up in the win-or-go-home aspect, but also understanding it is win-or-go-home now for you all?
Yeah, we have a lot of guys who, have obviously been here before, been in these situations, been deep in the playoffs. And we all know what we have to do. We all know what our role is, what our job is, how to approach these things. And the young guys, they're smart. We have to set a good example for them. They know what to do. Dre's been far in the tournament. AJ's smart. So, we're all capable of understanding the situation and responding the right way.
Before the game, Doc gave us the most positive update he's given on Giannis thus far and what he's been able to do physically. How do you try to handle the thought process of maybe him coming back, not coming back, preparing for Game 5, and just kind of being ready to go no matter what happens?
Yeah, Giannis is going to do whatever's best for him, obviously. You know, he's the ultimate team player, you know, but, you know, obviously we don't want him to put himself in any danger or any position he shouldn't be in. So, you know, he's going through all the rehab stuff, you know, handling it the right way, getting his treatment. You know, he's been around the team, which has been great for us. So, you know, the guys that are going into Game 5, we have to prepare the way we've been preparing, and we'll see what happens. You know, it's we just want Giannis to do whatever the smartest thing is for him to do. Thank you, guys. Yo.
Khris, when you have guys out hurt, or in your case, playing through injury, how troubling is it to lose a guy like Bobby the way you lost Bobby?
Yeah, it's tough. You know, down, you know, two of your best players, and then you're down one of your best players that's been playing off the bench all year long, and now it's in a starting role. We need him. It's unfortunate what happened, but I thought we competed, you know, the rest of the game. You know, even though he went out, guys stepped up. You know, Andre, you know, he played a hell of a game. AJ, Bees, Pat, Jay, Gallo, they all came in and gave valuable minutes.
Bobby's an emotional player, and he's often on that edge. Do you count on him to know where that line is on any given night? Yeah,
I think, you know, emotions got the best of him in this situation. I thought, for the most part of the year, he's done a great job of, you know, flirting with that line and not crossing over it tonight. You know, it just crossed over at the worst time for us.
How are you feeling? You sprained in, I think, the opposite ankle this time. How are you feeling after that?
Good. I'm all right.
I guess just for you, a big part of this game was trying to slow it down a little bit, feeding Brook, feeding Bobby in the post. Just what do you see from Bobby to start the game, and then Brook as the game went on to be able to take those post possessions and kind of help you guys settle a little bit?
Yeah, I thought you know, we attacked the game, coming out well in the post, being physical, trying to make them work a little bit, using our size as much as we could. Once Bobby went out, I thought Brook did a great job, you know, playing the paint for the most part and mixing and finding his balance of when to pop for his threes and to live in the paint. You know, I thought Brook was great all night.
I think they shot about 50% from three the entire night. They started hot and stayed hot throughout. Doc had mentioned, hey, we knew we were going to have to trap. We were going to have to try some different things defensively. But I guess just what did you see on the defensive end tonight to kind of let them get it out?
I think, you know, starting the game in the first half, you know, they did hit a couple of threes, but I thought we did a great job of staying in the game. You know, offense kind of kept us in it. But then second half, fourth quarter, I think we let Miles get a little too hot, a little late on a couple of rotations, a little late on a little bit of adjustment. And, you know, he spread that lead for them when he got hot.
Khris, I mean, it's 3-1. I mean, the series isn't over, right? But I guess what is sort of the mindset here, knowing, I mean, it is where to go home at this point for you all?
Yeah, got to try to protect home court, for one. And then the motivation is to try to get back here. You know, I've been in this situation a couple times where we've been able to force another game. And I've been on the other side when we haven't. You know, it could go either way, but we have to play as hard as we can. We have to execute our game plan. We have to keep guys in check. And, you know, it's even though we've been down before, we're down 2 guys now. You know, we still got all the confidence in the world that we could get back here. I think that's the motivation.
Both, you know, last game it was offensive rebounding. You all talked about points in the paint that totally flipped in this game. You have talked about pace after game 2 had changed that at times as well. So you've adjusted and fixed things each game. Maybe the result hasn't been there. Does that help with some confidence going into game 5, regardless, to see that you have been able to change some things?
Yeah, win or lose, I'm always going to have confidence in, you know, my guys out there. You know, whether I've been blown out by 50 in the playoff game and come back and win that next game and win the series. So, you know, each game is different. I mean, the season's not over yet. Still got another game to play, and the only way we keep playing is if we win this next one at home.
How do you stop guys from just feeling kind of snake bitten with all the injuries and stuff that you guys have piling up?
I focus on controlling what I can control. That's it. You know, injuries happen. You can play through it if you can't. I mean, you can't. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's my only focus, control what you can control.
Khris, you mentioned AJ and Dre. Can you tell us specifically what about them has worked really well for you guys in this series?
That was great. You know, Dre's intensity is always there. You know, he's been, you know, our ball handler at times when he's on the court, and he does a great job of playing with pace, getting us in sets, and, you know, getting guys in the right spots. And the AJ is just another scorer and shooter out there. You know, this is their first time out there in this type of environment. I thought, you know, they played well as they could for first-timers. You know, this is not an easy place to play, not an easy situation to play in, but I thought they both rose to the occasion. We just came up short as a team.
Before the game, Doc probably gave his most positive update about Giannis thus far, what he was able to do this morning. How do you, I guess, maybe not imagine a world where he's back for Game 5 and also imagine a world where he is? It's like just that,
Yeah.
what it could be.
I know, like I said, I focus on what I can control. You know, I've been in a situation where I've been sitting, itching to get back, trying to do everything I can. I know he's doing the same thing, and, you know, I'm not going to pressure him to play when he's hurt. You know, I've been there, like I said, and I know what that feeling is like. I know if he could be out there, he's going to play. That dude's played through so much in his career that I know if he could play, he can play. And unfortunately, right now, he can't. So when he's ready to play, he'll let us know.
I haven't checked the specific numbers, but I would guess your usage in these two games is higher than it's been at any other point this season.
Yeah.
What do you take from these two games that you can use going forward? Like, are there things you learned about being so high usage, about, you know, when you got to push forward, when you got to lean on your teammates?
Just, you know, I think it's just picking my spots, playing with balance. I think, you know, even when Giannis is Dame out there, I do the same thing. In the first half, you know, I was trying to play team basketball, you know, so maybe the defense maybe relaxed on me. I get other guys open. You know, for the majority of the first half, I felt like it worked. Then we just missed some shots. You know, that happens. So at times I got to figure out when to be more aggressive. And, you know, it's just a balance. It's the fine line between being overly aggressive sometimes and taking past shots for myself and, you know, just playing my game. Thanks.